Hello, and welcome to Files and Your Website. I am your host, Ryan Clancy, the Client Success Associate here at Educational Networks. All of us here at EduNet are excited to bring you these presentations live. Remember, if you have questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Let's get started. Files, of course, play a very important part on your website. For schools, it's a way for you to be able to share important documents such as field trip permission slips, even school year applications. Today, everyone, what we're going to have the opportunity to do is to take a look at two different ways that you can go in and you can add files over to your school's website. Perhaps the most common way that we're going to add files to our school website is by going ahead and adding them as an attachment. As we see on this document over here, we see that this particular news article has the classroom policy on it. So we can select this here, and we're able to view the information that's on this particular document. This is going to be perhaps the most common way that we are going to add files to the website. Essentially, what we do is we first start by going ahead and logging in. And as soon as we're logged into our account on the admin site, what we want to do first is we want to find where we want to add this to. So let's say, as an example, that we want to add this to our school's career programs page. Our first step is to navigate over to our career programs page. From here, what we do is we find the page that we want to add this to. So let's say, as an example, we want to add this to the Culinary Arts Department's page. We select Browse. We find our document. So we're in the classroom rules and expectations for culinary arts. And then from here, all we need to do is we select Save. We find the culinary arts page on our school's website. And we can see now that we have successfully added this document as an attachment. But what if, instead of having this added as an attachment, if we prefer to have the document be more or less become part of the text, we want to have it linked to the text. That is when we would want to go in and use our file manager. It's important to note that there's two different ways that you're going to use the file manager. You have one way to use it for when you have documents that are readily accessible on your computer. The other way is used when you have a document that you've previously added to your school's website, but you no longer have it on your computer. We're going to go ahead, and for the first method we're going to look at is we're going to use if we have access to that document on our computer. So let's say we have, and just as we saw we do, we have access to our classroom expectations document. And we want to link it over here to this text. Step number one is to navigate back over to your admin site and then to select the file manager. Once we access the file manager, what we want to do next is we want to select PDF. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to upload the file. We select Browse. We find the file, so it'll be just a moment while I locate that. We select this here. Click Open. All right, so we've gone ahead and uploaded it. Now, you notice you're going to have this window pop up in this area. And that's exactly what you want to have happen. But before you go ahead and you select Apply Changes, you want to make sure to go ahead and copy over the file path. I copy this here. I then select Apply Changes. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and go back to the Career Programs page on our admin site. I select Career Programs, and I want to find where I'm going to add this to. All right, so we've gone ahead and we've navigated to this page. The question is, what do we do next? From here, what we do is we highlight over the text and then click the globe icon. And then from here, we just paste this in. Now from here, what we can do is we can click OK. And when we do that, it's going to allow our website visitors to be able to click on this text and then view this document. One thing that's important to note here is that if you leave it as is, it's perfectly fine to be able to do that. When they click on that link, it's going to open the document in the same window that they're viewing your school's website on. If you prefer to have it to where it would open in the new window, there is one thing that you need to go in and add to this. And that is, you want to add your website's URL. What we do is we go back over to our live site, and we're just going to go ahead and copy over this here. We paste it in. Just going to look over the URL to make sure that everything's perfect. Looks good. All right. So in this case, it's all set to go. What we do now is we click OK. We select Save. And then from here, what we're going to do is we are going to go back. And we want to make sure just to save this first, of course. We're going to go back over to our live site, refresh the page, and we select this here, and we can see that we have gone ahead and successfully added this document to our Career Programs page. So you want to use this method when you are uploading or adding a document that is readily available on your computer. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at is what we're going to do if we have a file that we have previously uploaded to our school's website but is no longer available on our computer. The cool thing is we can still add that document. So we have a listing of the different tracks here for Career Programs. Let's say as an example that we want to add the track for Culinary Arts. Now we don't have it on this computer though. What we do is we go back to the admin site, we select the file manager, and then we find where we previously added that file. I see it right here. I see Culinary Arts Program. We just want to go ahead, highlight over this text here, copy it. Then what we want to do is we want to go back to the Career Programs page. We select Career Programs. All right, so we're exactly where we want to be. Now, because this is not a document that we have just uploaded it, we need to do something different here. So instead of just going in and pasting in the file path, what we need to do from here is we need to go ahead and rebuild the link. And we have a formula for that. The formula for rebuilding the link is going to be website address plus folder name plus document title or file path equals the rebuilt link. So this is actually an example of this here. So we see the website address plus folder name, so PDF, plus document title. So here's how I go ahead and do this. Just as with before, I'm going to highlight over the text, click the globe icon, the insert link button, All right, so we've gone ahead and we have added our text in here. So in this case here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in our folder name. So PDF. And then add in another dash. From here, what I do is I go back over to our website address. I copy this, and then from here, I paste this in. Perfect, so we look over the entire URL. We select OK. And then from here, what we do is we select Save. We go back over to our live site. We refresh it. And now, as we can see here, we have successfully added our link. All right, everyone. At this time, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. And as we're waiting for those questions, I'm going to show you how to get help from our team here at Educational Networks. What we do is we navigate back over to our admin site. We select the dashboard, and then we click Create a Ticket. This is a great place to go for help, whether you need to add a new tab to your navigation menu or if you encounter some type of technical difficulty. Something that's really great about this here is if you have an error message or a type of technical difficulty, what's great is if you have a chance to screenshot that error message or technical difficulty, you can go ahead and add that as an attachment, and that's something that can help our team help you out a little bit more quickly. Now, just an important tip here, everyone, regarding using the file manager. Keep in mind that if you do want to go ahead and when you are adding documents, if you do want to have them open in a separate window, and it's usually best if you have that way, you just want to make sure to go ahead and add in your URL. Now, you particularly want to make sure to do this, of course, when you have to rebuild the link, but you do want to do this when you are just going ahead and adding in the file path. So that's the first method we did when we have that document available. You want to make sure to add in the website URL for that. All right, everyone. Well, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy days to join us for today's presentation. Remember this, everyone, if you have any questions, I am your host, Ryan Clancy, the Client Success Associate here at Educational Networks. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. We also have our phone number here for our tech support team. Our tech support team is available from 7:30 in the morning all the way up until 2 a.m. Central Time on all business days that Educational Networks is open. Everyone, thank you all so much for joining us here, and as always, we look forward to seeing you at our next presentation. Take care, everybody.